All right, guys. Fula coming to you with another video or another commentary. I hope all is well. I was gonna wait to do this commentary, but um, I'm really thinking maybe Hydra may be necessary from LA. Uh, you know, it's just at this point, you know, LA is really kind of like, I want to say, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's kind of like that Mad Max movie where with Mel Gibson. It's a very, very old movie. Mad Max. It had Mel Gibson, and what happened is they were like in a wasteland world, and it was like the future, and just anything went in that future, and it was just like super lawless. People were doing certain things, and it was just like crazy, you know. It was a anything's goes type of environment, and LA is very much like that now. For those of you guys that don't know, we lost yet another rapper. I believe Slim 400 came 2 weeks before or something like that, before this rapper that we recently lost, by the name of Drakotharuler. Now, Drakotharuler, he came up in South Central LA. He came up in the 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 neighborhood 100s card, but I'm not sure if that was just home turf for him, or if he was really pushing the brand. You know what I mean? I don't really know. Truthfully speaking, I kind of didn't like tap in with him that much. You know what I mean? Uh, I probably saw him before, but we never acknowledged each other. But anyhow, he died in the most violent way. He got stabbed in the he got stabbed in the in the I want to say he got stabbed. I think he got stabbed in the neck, literally. I don't know for sure, but yeah. But his music was popping up. He got more music and things like that. And so I guess you can say he had an upward trajectory. And so that's what happened with him, you know. But unfortunately, he met a untimely demise. And so because of that untimely demise, you know, it just shows where we're at. But again, like, uh, you know, this happened at Once Upon a Time in LA Festival. And I don't know why people like go to festivals. You know, I really don't get it. Like, why people go to music concerts and music festivals, and you know it's going to pop off. You know it's going to be a hot zone for these kind of activities. You know it. You know it. You know it, okay? You know it already. But let me get into this commentary, and it just goes to show you that, hey, you know, maybe it's time to leave LA. Because, like, again, although I stay out of the way, you never know when it can happen. You never know. Okay? You never know when it can go down. Okay? But let's get into this. And this is kind of influencing my decision maybe to make Hydra from Los Angeles. You know, I think, like, honestly, as far as my boxing is concerned, Miami is looking like a hotbed for boxing, because if I do go to Miami, I'll be with all the Cubans, because I already linked in with a gym who said that they would be more than happy to, take me on, and I would be linked in with that Cuban style. So I'm really contemplating this, and I'm going to show you why I'm contemplating leaving LA right now. Seems like every other day, like a new, someone's murdered in their own hood, I think Draco, he was murdered close to his own hood, man. Because I think the music concert was by USC. Get into it. Okay, let me see. I kind of delayed doing this, but now I see that there's no need to delay.
A string of smash and grab robberies combined with an uptick in home invasion attacks have Los Angeles residents on edge. A string of smash and grab robberies combined with an uptick in home invasion attacks have Los Angeles residents on edge.
Critics slam California's soft-on-crime policies and the state's zero-bail policy that ensure most suspects walk free. Well, here to react is...
And see, that's the problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because of these liberals, and I'm telling you, I dislike liberals a lot. I'll let you know right now, and this may have me lose subscribers. I dislike liberals. I dislike conservatives. I dislike Black Lives Matter, and I dislike Antifa as well. I dislike all of these groups, okay? Because for me personally, when I look at these groups, most of them cause confusion. Most of them don't have a clear goal, clear-cut purpose on what they want. And the people who don't subscribe to these views and these things are the ones made to suffer. And it's not cool. I don't like that crap, man, at all. But let's continue.
LAPD detective and director of the Los Angeles Police Protective League, Jamie McBride. Jamie, thanks so much for being with us early this morning. And I just saw a statistic which is quite amazing to me, that there were 11 smash and grab robberies reported throughout the city up till about a week ago, over a month-long period. 14 people arrested from those, all back out on the streets, and you say that they're out in the street faster than the paperwork can be done.
See, there you have it. Okay? There you have it. And most of the time, these smash and grab robberies aren't just smash and grabs. There's violence attached to that, okay? There's violence attached to it with these smash and grab robberies, And so, with that being said, it's like, okay, well, what the hell, bro? Like, for real. Like, I mean, it's not worth, it's really crazy.
Explain.
Well, yeah, first we have to look, how do we get here? The ACLU advocated for Proposition 47, which changed the sentencing guidelines. So right now, you can literally go out, do whatever you want, commit crimes, and you'll be out faster than the officers can finish the report.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, like when you look at Slim 400's whole thing, they got it on camera, but I think the guys are still at large. I mean, the guys with the Draco thing, they're still at large, I haven't heard anything about no arrest when it comes to him. I haven't heard anything about no arrest when it comes to him at all.
And that's a fact. We're wondering, how many times does somebody have to be arrested here in LA before they stay in jail? It's sad to say, but it's almost safer to hang out with Alec Baldwin on a movie set than to go shopping in Los Angeles right now.
Alec Baldwin, he did, he did, I want to say, Alec Baldwin, he, someone died on this movie set. I think they died from they died from a gunshot, a live gunshot.
That's how crazy it is. It is so violent. We're telling people don't visit because we don't think we can keep you safe right now.
So if the police are telling people not to come to LA and visit, what the hell does that mean for us who live in LA? Okay? That's the thing. You have to, and the problem is, here's the main issue. Here's the main issue with the LA thing. These YouTubers, these Instagram models, especially these Instagram models, they glorify LA. They make LA look so cool with their lavish living, their Hollywood Hills backdrop, making you out to believe that it's really cracking out here, but it really isn't.
And that's just sad to say.
Well, you know, Detective, in Los Angeles, you have zero bail because of COVID. You mentioned Prop 47. You also have District Attorney George Gascon, who did something like he's trying to release a convicted murderer 6 years into a 50-year jail sentence. So I'm wondering if you could start.
So did you hear that? So imagine you going, like, imagine a dude like laying another dude out. Okay, he's supposed to get washed and have a life sentence. Imagine the judge saying, oh, we'll just give you 5 years. Yeah, we'll just run and give you 5 years. Why not?
Anywhere to make Los Angeles safer, what's the first thing that you would do?
Well, you'd have to start with the governor. Gavin Newsom. He's advocated with ACLU for Proposition 47 as well as George Gascon, who authored that bill. And here's an interesting twist too. The CEO to Netflix gave $3 million to fight the recall campaign on Governor Gavin Newsom.
Newsom needs to go. This guy is just nothing but an oligarch who is lining up his pockets and doesn't give a shit about LA. He needs to just vamos.
And that's the son-in-law of Jacqueline Avant, who was murdered by somebody who got out of jail who should have been in jail. So, first of all, you got to clean up from the top. Gavin Newsom needs to be gone. We need to work on changing these laws back to make it tougher on crime. We need to get rid of these so-called progressive district attorneys. They are advocating.
Yeah, these district attorneys, these DAs. The crazy thing is, they're not like DAs back in the day, because I'm telling you, if you were even at somewhere where it went down, you were going to get booked and they were going to try to wash you. I'm not giving out too much of my information, but there was a situation that happened with me like that, and they were trying to throw also gang enhancement, a gang injunction on me as well. Meaning that a sentence that maybe, meaning I would have got washed if I didn't have a lawyer. Alhamdulillah, I had a lawyer in this situation. Because district attorneys back in the day, boy, they will try to wash you. But now these district attorneys today, they'll try to dry you, basically, so you can walk the street in no time.
For the criminals. It's almost like it's shame on you if you're a victim. It's like it's your fault. That's the way they see it.
Yeah, and that's what's happening right now. Is like, for example, you actually have people saying, well, why did you walk around with that much money anyway? Why did you take that money out the ATM anyway? Why did you deposit that cash in the ATM? Like, you have people talking like this, man, and I find it very sad, but this is actually what is going on. This is how people talk. You know, it's sad to say it, but this is what we're facing as of right now. You know, it's really dumb, but unfortunately it is what it is.
So there's a lot of cleaning up to do, but we need to take back the streets. And to be honest with you, it shouldn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I think we should all want to feel safe in your home, and we should be tough on crime. And that's where it starts. You know, we have to start from the top and clean house all the way down.
You know, Jamie, one of the things that amazes me is that it's not just about how you deal with crime that the Democrats have a different idea for. It's also whether or not this crime is going on. And Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez has come under some heat for these comments. She said, quote, "A lot of these allegations of organized retail theft are not actually panning out." I believe it's a Walgreens in California cited it, but the data didn't back it up. Now, Walgreens came out and said this was one of the biggest issues they faces, but to simply deny that these crimes are happening when we've got the statistics that show they are, that just seems to be an incredible position to take.
And see, that's the problem. And I'll tell you why they're denying these crimes. Because they're trying to attract more people to come here. That's why they deny it. Oh, it's okay to come. No problem. We have beautiful weather, beautiful women, some of the hottest locations. We have Hollywood. Trying to attract people to come for monetary reasons.
Well, you know, AOC, is she living with her head buried in the sand? It's ridiculous. You know, all you have to do is just turn on, you know, any news channel. There's even the more liberal ones are showing some of the stuff. And they're not showing all of it, but they are. It's like, you know, this AOC experiment was nice. Now it's time for her to go back to bartending and doing what she does best, because she's definitely not a lawmaker and she doesn't keep the citizens safe. And there's people like her and the rest of the squad who are just clueless on what's going on in the United States. There's rampant crime everywhere. And in fact, Los Angeles is like the movie Purge, but instead of 24 hours to commit your crime, they have 365 days to go out and commit their crimes. And that's how it is right now in Los Angeles and in San Francisco.
You say that as we're seeing all of these smash and grab robberies on the screen. You're absolutely right. It does really look like the movie Purge. And you have all these celebrities, detective, like Colin Kaepernick and John Legend and even AOC. She's a political celebrity among progressives. And they say things like low bail and Prop 47 are compassionate policy.
And that's why I never rocked with Colin Kaepernick in the first place. You know, believe it or not, his idea to kneel was given to him by a former Marine anyway. Okay, so it wasn't even his idea. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I'm not, and many people may take it as such, and this is no form of hate speech or whatsoever. But mulattoes are typically not to be trusted. You know, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I'm just throughout the history in which I'm reading and stuff like that, they're really not to be trusted, because most of the time they play two sides of the fence. You know, and I'm just being real. I mean, you look at Barack Obama, who is a mulatto, and it was similar to him. I mean, he supported, like, bombing Libya, which didn't do him any good. And he, you know, destabilized that country, bro. But that's just how I feel, you know. So that's how I feel about Colin Kaepernick, you know what I mean?
You see what these policies do when they're implemented. Would you describe them as compassionate?
Well, you know, they call having bail making it a criminal offense to be poor, is what they're saying. They call it racist. Do you see people stopping at the grocery store and doing smash and grabs, grabbing milk, meat, cheese, and everything? No. What you're seeing is that they're going and getting Rolex watches, they're smashing jewelry stores, they're going into Louis Vuitton stores, and these so-called celebrities and other politicians that are so far on the left, they don't want to admit they were wrong, and so they keep their head buried in the sand. But here's the interesting thing.
And these fake leftists, you know, they get on my nerves. They have not even stepped foot in like a socialist country, and they're talking about this leftism and stuff like that. And that's why these Antifa people get on my nerves, because they claim they know the first thing about Marxist, Leninist, things like that. And even the Black Lives Matter leader said that they were Marxist, Leninists. And it's like, man, you don't know the first thing about no Karl Marx, or you don't know the first thing about Vladimir Lenin, because their version of society definitely would not line up with the version of society that you guys want.
Everybody wants to be liberal until they get robbed or shot, and you see how quick they change their tune.
Exactly. That's why Malcolm X even talked. You know what? As a matter of fact, maybe after this video, I'm going to play about liberals, about what Malcolm X said about them.
And that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, absolutely. People are feeling so unsafe right now, Detective, and you're doing the good work in trying to get the word out there and keeping people safe. Detective Jamie McBride, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Can I add one more thing, though? Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just want to say, the ACLU, they're the ones, they're the partner in crime for the suspects. And what we did is we created a national database. It's aclu-watch.com. You go there, you click on your state, and you'll see exactly how the ACLU.
Okay, just real quick. But you guys get the point that I'm trying to make.
For critical.
So let's listen to what Malcolm X says about liberals.
In this crooked game of power politics here in America, the Negro, namely the race problem, integration, civil rights issue, are all nothing but tools used by the whites who call themselves liberals against another group of whites who call themselves conservatives.
That's all it is, playing on black people's emotions.
Either to get into power or to retain power. Among whites here in America, the political teams are no longer divided into Democrats and Republicans. The whites who are now struggling for control of the American political throne are divided into liberal and conservative camps. The white liberals from both parties cross party lines to work together toward the same goal. And white conservatives from both parties do likewise. The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative.
And you see that with freaking Joe Biden. My goodness. I mean, at least with Donald Trump, he was going to tell you what he was going to do. But Joe Biden, my goodness, this dude has been snaking ever since he got in office. For real.
Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor.
Yeah, I mean, I think Frantz Fanon, he called it black skin, white heart. That's what he said. And that can be said about Kamala Harris as well, too.
And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives.
Yeah, that's what Joe Biden is doing with Kamala Harris right now.
The American Negro is nothing but a political football, and the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism, false promises of integration.
And that's why I never rock with Bernie Sanders, because he pretended like he was with like black people and stuff like that, trying to reach out to minorities like Cardi B and shit like that. And I didn't buy that shit. He still had these ultra, like, if anything, like right-wing views about sovereign states like Venezuela and stuff like that, like North Korea and things like that. So that's why I never bought into that crap either that he was pitching.
And civil rights. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leader, who sell our people out for a few crumbs of token recognition, token gains, token progress. In the New York Tribune, in an editorial.
But y'all get the point. But anyhow, man, I'm really thinking of leaving California, man. I'm really contemplating it. If there's anybody from Miami, and someone also told me, yeah, I've been looking at real estate in Miami as well, and it appears that the cost of living is a little bit more cheaper. So, if anything, if there are any subscribers from Miami that I have on here, put me up on some game on what's going on over there, right now. Are you guys dealing with the same things? Or is it kind of relatively cool and chill right now? But anyhow, Fulu signing out. Njarama. Like and subscribe.